Hey, good morning, Georgia. It's Thursday morning, Faith, and every Thursday morning we take community focus to a different Georgia city. And I think for a lot of people who tune in either on LinkedIn or Facebook, any one of the four pages that we broadcast on, Twitter, YouTube, there's a lot of people moved to Georgia in the last 5 years. They've never been out in the far hinterlands of our state. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Yeah. So cities like Mansfield, up where you're from, or Houston, where I live, or today Dublin. We're down in middle Georgia off I-16, which is a highway that doesn't have a lot of restrooms. I can tell you that right now.
It does not.
And,
Dublin is kind of your
yeah,
last chance before you
yeah,
hit really the wilderness.
yeah. It's an oasis. We've got Emily Ham from WestRock, the senior manager of government relations, and Brian Kinsey. He's the general manager of the mill there. Hello to you guys. How are you doing?
Hi, Tim. How are you?
Good to have you on. You guys are coming to us right from the mill. You're kind of separated in different rooms because of COVID protocol. Thank you for being with us. And Marla Roach, Marla, you're handling our human trafficking segment today. You work with the Warriors Wellness and Recovery Ranch. How's it going?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for your work. We'll hear all about it. Faith will lead that interview. And then later on, Lance Jones, the city manager, will share with us some of the cool things happening in Dublin. Faith, let's move Marla down to the green room, and I want to talk to Brian and Emily about what's going on. You know, I don't know about you two, but I have a recycle bin that Republic Waste Services picks up every 2 weeks, and there's a lot of Amazon boxes that come to my house. Just lots of cardboard that gets put in those boxes. In the back of my Publix and Walmart, I see them crunching it and baling it. And I mean, you guys actually run an entire mill, Brian, just on recycled cardboard. It must be a lot of it.
It is a ton of it, literally ton of it, Tim. So we use about 100 trucks per day of recycled fiber that comes into the mill, and we get it from various box plants and recycle facilities around the area, primarily around metropolitan areas that get shipped into Dublin.
Yeah, and Emily, you and I have known each other a long time, and you've really, played an important role at informing legislators, informing policymakers about the cool things that WestRock is involved with. I know you're really proud of what's going on down there in that East Dublin mill.
I am, Tim, and thank you so much for having us on today. I really think that our recycled mill in Dublin is an amazing success story. It really, really plays into WestRock's commitment to the sustainable circular economy in the state of Georgia. And I have to brag on our statewide elected officials, our policymakers in Atlanta, in terms of their commitment to sustainable forest management practices, which has elevated Georgia to being the #1 state for forestry in the country. And it's that commitment to those forestry practices that enable our integrated mills. There are virgin mills scattered across the state. We have corrugated converting and folding carton for converting facilities that convert the products. And we have invested in an amazing infrastructure to recycle and recover those box packaging, everything that's converted in the state of Georgia and ultimately gets recycled in place.
Brian, I know I came down to the ribbon cutting for the steam facility that the Public Service Commission essentially created a value proposition for, being able to, for Georgia Power to be able to buy that electricity produced at that steam facility, the Green Power Solutions GPS steam facility. I understand about a $60 million facility, but that facility was really integral in helping this mill be viable. Can you kind of take us just through the brief history of the mill?
Yeah, so I'll kind of start back in 1979. We built our first machine here in Dublin. That that's when the publication grades were really, phenomenal. Everybody was reading newsprints, getting all of their news out of the newsprint to, readership. So good that we built a second machine in 1989, and things were, doing really, really great until the internet came and people stopped reading newspapers, right? So that was really, really tough on this facility. The returns were not very great here. Our market was declining, and we were really in very bad, desperate times, Tim. So absolutely, the GPS, Green Power Solutions, is a joint venture here. It's a biomass plant. And basically what happens is we sell about 30 megawatts of power back to Georgia Power, which is green power. And that, it just kind of some fun facts there. That's enough power to basically power 24,000 homes in Georgia. So it's quite significant, right? That's a significant thing. And with us being able to do that, it kind of helped rejuvenate the mill. And during the same time, we had this GPS come about, and that was a great thing for the mill to help our sustainability and made our future a lot brighter. We also did a transition in grade structure too, right? So we went from newsprint and we started making container board products. And what that is basically the components that go into making a cardboard box. And we have the ability to make bag as well. And you see a lot of the paper sacks in your favorite grocery store or retailer. Odds are, if it's got recycled stamped on the bottom of it, that paper was generated here in Dublin, Georgia. So we've evolved quite immensely. Absolutely, Green Power Solutions was the start for us. Then we transitioned over to a new grade structure and container board. And right now, we're doing extremely well. And it's really due to our employees and our community, right? If our employees had not come together and helped us during that time, and then community reach out as well, we can't thank them enough.
Emily, let me ask you about WestRock as an integrated company and the importance of what you guys do, not only at the mill there with sustainable forestry and not using virgin material, using this recycled material. How is that DNA involved in your company?
I'm sorry, the DNA? Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
the DNA of sustainability. Do you find that in other places with WestRock around the United States?
We do. And at WestRock, we're headquartered in Metro Atlanta. As you guys know, we have over 21 facilities in the state right now. That includes offices and manufacturing operations, over 2,500 employees. And it's something that is absolutely built into our DNA. There are some great resources on our website. I love how you have it scrolling here on your news show. And I will say that a great example that we have recently reported on is actually related to our pizza box project. So part of winning for our customers and improving their sustainable goals and allowing them to win in their markets is actually a research project that we did partnering with our MRFs that are within our system. And we examined the scientific attributes of the effects of grease and cheese. And we wanted to ensure that they were not impacting the quality of the recovered fiber, and also that they were going to be able to be recycled within a recycled mill using the equipment that we currently have. It was an amazing project. We did find that no, it's not going to impact the quality of recovered fiber. So I do want you and your listeners to know, when you're questioning your next take-home pizza box, just make sure you pull out the crust, as we call them in my house, the pizza bones, and put that back in the bin, because we want it back in our system. It's an incredible amount of consumption that Americans that we do every year. It's over 3 million pizzas in the United States. And we think that's over 660,000 tons of container board that needs to go back in the system. So another great success story. And that's just, one of many that I know we worked on and we're continuing to work on to help our customers win.
Wow, awesome. Brian, I just have, that's incredible. Just one more question for you today relating to Georgia being the #1 state for forestry and a commitment of leaders to sustainable forestry. I'm just amazed that these trucks that come in with these wood chips into your facility there, they're gathering that up from the region, and oftentimes what they chip is material that otherwise might have been left out just to rot, or worse, Brian, piled up with a bulldozer, poured with kerosene or diesel, and set on fire in a field to get rid of it. And what you guys are doing, you're really completing the circle. You're having the material chipped. It's coming in and not only providing electricity to the grid, green power, but it's also providing steam, something that you need in order to manufacture your product. And I just think, and the Public Service Commission, obviously very involved in getting the steam part of that plant financed. And I mean, to me, it's an incredible untold story that people don't know about when it comes to forestry.
Yeah, absolutely. So you hit it right on the head, Tim. So, it's sustainability is what we do here, right? Everything here is about sustainability. The residual that you're talking about, absolutely. So sawmill residual that's left at sawmills, that would normally go to waste and be pushed over. The bark in the woods, wherever these guys are out in the woods, capturing all of their fiber that go to other mills. The bark, they capture that and bring that here, and we end up burning that in our boiler. And what does that do? Well, burning that residual in our boiler creates steam. Obviously, the paper machine needs steam in order to dry paper to make the right dryness of product going out of the mill. So that's a fabulous thing. And then the steam also goes to our turbine generator, which creates the power that goes back onto the grid. So absolutely, it's just a win-win all the way around. Taking something that would have been one person's trash and turning it into something that is very much renewable and good, right, and beneficial.
Well, thank you both, Emily, Brian, for your great work down in Dublin. I know that your mill is such an important part of the prosperity for the city of Dublin and Lawrence County. I really appreciate your leadership and continued work down there. I can't wait to be back down for another tour.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thanks, Tim.
Great. Thank you. Faith, we always feature a human trafficking segment on Community
This is
Focus.
our good citizen segment, though, for Marla.
Oh, yeah, sorry. And so we're going to feature Marla on this segment and talking about the Warriors Wellness and the Recovery Ranch. And certainly, wow, when I think about all the struggle that people are having today, the mental health issues that are going on out there, the abuse issues, and folks trying to get back to some semblance of a normal life and deal with this, it's really great to have folks that are involved. So why don't you take us through what Marla's involved with?
Absolutely. So as you know, I am a horse girl myself. And so I always love to see equine programs that are working, using their horses in a therapeutic way. So Marla, tell me about Warriors Ranch and who are the clientele that you serve?
Absolutely. First, I want to thank you guys, Commissioner Eccles and Ms. Henning, for allowing me to come on your show and talk a little bit about our mission and what our focus is. So Warriors Wellness and Recovery Ranch, we started this back in February of 2020. And with the purchase of 18 acres of land, a little more than 18 acres. It's off of Walkderry Road in Dublin. And, our mission is to serve veterans, first responders, active military, and their family members. With more than 13 years of experience working with the Department of Veterans Affairs and my business partner about the same length of time, we have seen firsthand the impact that combat military life can have on not just the individual but families. Mm-hmm. So our focus is, again, not just the veterans, first responders, and active military, but the family, the unit. And so the idea behind Warriors Ranch was to offer a serene outdoor environment. It's your non-traditional therapies. And both Paula and I are licensed clinical providers. And we're certified in providing equine therapy. So working with horses, yes, we can do the traditional therapies, which we've done. We have experience in doing that. But what we have found is oftentimes veterans don't want to talk about the trauma. They find it very difficult to talk about the trauma, particularly if you have 3, 4, 5 deployments. And, it's just really hard to put into words. So the idea behind the equine therapy is to provide a different approach where, they can come to and work with a horse, and it's groundwork. So the EAGALA model, EAGALA, focuses on an approach where you have a licensed provider, an equine specialist, and the horse. And so the horse is front and center, and the horse and the client does all the work. We stand back, we watch that interaction. The equine specialist observes of course, the horse's behavior, while the clinical provider observes the human interaction. And so I know it sounds wild, but it has been proven effective to, and Faith, I see you shaking your head. You said that you're a horse lover. You probably know firsthand the impact that it has. But we are a nonprofit, and so our funding comes from, grants, fundraisers, donations. And so anyone that's interested in making a donation or a grant can go to our website. I think it's at the bottom of your screen. Also, if you want to volunteer your time, hey, we welcome that as well. That's actually therapeutic for some of our veterans. They enjoy coming out, that camaraderie. You just can't put a price on it.
So you said that typically your equine interactions are groundwork. So that's unmounted, right? You have the therapist and the equine specialist and the client and the horse. What kind of interactions do you have? Are they lunging? Are they round penning? Are they just grooming? How does the client interact with the horse?
That's a very good question. Actually, all of that. We've worked doing the grooming. We have some exercises where they can work with a ball. And I say we do groundwork. That is the EAGALA model. That's what we're certified in. But Paula is also certified in mount work. So she can work with the horses, riding horses, but that is not our focus. Our focus is more on the groundwork and the interaction between the horse and the human.
So for the last question, I know you mentioned that you have some long-term goals. What are the long-term goals for Warriors Ranch?
Yes. So long-term is once we get fully funded, and we are doing outpatient therapy right now. We've started accepting referrals, but long-term, what we're looking at is to build a 10 to 12 room lodge on the facility and offer what we call warrior retreats. So again, not just for the veteran, first responder, active military, but for their family. So we want to work with the family unit. A lot of times what we find is, the veteran comes to treatment, they get help, they go home, and the family's kind of left in the dark. Like, well, okay, what happened? Where do we fit into this equation here? Help us understand, why our loved one is different, why they've changed. So it's important. That family piece is so important. And so the weekend retreats will offer that opportunity for us to work not just with that military or first responder individual, but their family as well, and helping them understand what trauma, the impact that trauma has.
Awesome.
And that is our.
Well, thank you, Marla. I'm excited to see what the future holds for Warriors Ranch. I think that's an incredible program. Commissioner Eccles and I are both family members of first responders, and I'm and both of us are also family members of servicemen. So it's very close to both of our hearts.
And if I may, I would just like to give praise and gratitude to a couple of local community partners that have helped us. One is Morris Bank Foundation, Capital City Foundation, Ben Hall, and Yellowwood and YKK. These and Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association. They have all been very supportive of us and have helped us along the way, and we're very appreciative of that.
Awesome. Thank you, Marla.
Thank you. Thank you, Marla. Faith, in introducing her, and thinking about abuse just outside our door here at the commission, there are a lot of homeless people, and, I've done trash pickups with them. Some of them are veterans, and helping veterans recover, and especially with this home they're trying to build, anything that we can do to help veterans get stabilized, get on their feet, keep them off the street out here. These people are abused on the street. I'm telling you, it's awful what's happening out here in the homeless community. And Lance, I know you're the city manager there in Dublin. I know you're awfully proud of the good work going on over there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the VA hospital here is our largest employer in the county. The work with the veterans is something and it keeps growing. So working with veterans is something the community's really getting a lot more involved in. We made Veterans Day a city holiday, and we started a Veterans Day parade several years ago. So it's really a big thing here in Dublin. We're proud of our VA and the support.
Yes. Veterans Day is coming up in just a month.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exciting. I have a son in the Coast Guard. Son is a police officer. Daughter in the Justice Department. Daughter-in-law is a police officer. Son-in-law that's been a police officer. So, these frontline folks, they put their life on the line, and that is stressful in and of itself. So, Lance, don't have a lot of time today because we're starting back our in-person hearings here today. And it starts I've got to be downstairs in 4 minutes. So I'm gonna sprint as soon as we finish. But can you just tell us just briefly what's happening in Dublin now, some things that you're excited about?
Yeah, our downtown is something we're really excited about. We built it's called Jackson Street Plaza, a great area downtown to sort of bring folks together, outdoor area with fountains. We got bathrooms, we got a splash pad. And we just won the American Public Works Association Award for towns our size for that project, which is the second award. The architects that did it also got an award. So it's, I tell you, when you walk into it, Dublin's 16,000 people. When you walk into it, you feel like you're in a much larger town. It's just not the kind of thing you expect a small town like Dublin to commit to. We spent about $4 million on it, and we immediately got $9 million of private investment downtown. It's and probably well over 10 now with another restaurant that's opened up. It's I think when the private sector sees that government commitment, they come in, they respond. So
wow,
that's the big thing we got going on right now. Of course, we've missed St. Patrick's Day, which is huge for us for 2 years. So I'm expecting to have a blowout next year.
What day do you all actually do the parade? Do you do it on the 17th or do you tie it to the weekend?
On St. Patrick's Day.
Do you do it on the day always?
No, it's our St. Patrick's celebration is now stretched to 5 weeks. It's over a month of different events. And we always have the parade and a arts and crafts festival on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. That's so cool.
So, Mayor, I've done the Savannah St. Patrick's Day every year since 2011. Actually, I did 2010 too, actually, even before I got into office. But I want to come to the Savannah one this year as well. So can you work with Faith and let's get me into that parade?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You'll definitely. You'll be in it. So it'll be, and you can do both. Savannah's always on the day, and we're unless the 17th is a Saturday next year, that'd create a conflict. We're in good shape.
Yeah. Well, look, thank you, Mayor. I wish we had not Mayor. Thank you, City Manager. Don't want to get in trouble with the Mayor. Thanks for down there. I'm a frequent flyer to Dublin, to the truck stop there, where I fill up if I'm in a gaseous vehicle. And of course, the restroom stop, which you have to make there in Dublin. The Longhorn there, I love that, across the way. You're beautiful downtown. So thanks a lot for all you do. Let's bring everybody back in and just say thank you for being a part of Community Focus today. I'm a bit discombobulated because we're about to do a live in-person hearing downstairs with our new hybrid equipment. I'm all excited about it. And I've got to officiate our committee. So I want to say thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic rest of the day, and really appreciate you being on today. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
All right. See you guys. Have a good weekend, everybody. See you next week.
Bye-bye.